Let's dive right into this explainer because today we're uncovering something that is honestly a bit mind-blowing. Whenever we talk about high blood sugar or type 2 diabetes, there's a really good chance you immediately picture a mountain of sweets or maybe that giant birthday cake in the office break room. But what if I told you the real danger might actually be hiding in your completely normal, everyday routine? Today we're going to break down the clinical data to reveal the everyday ticking time bomb habits that are secretly destroying our metabolic health.
Now you might be wondering, is sugar really the only culprit here? Most of us immediately point the finger at candy and sweets. We tend to think that as long as we cut back on the sugar, skip the sweetened lattes, and pass on the pastries, we're perfectly safe, right? Well, the medical research shows us that the truth is way more complex. So, is sugar the sole enemy? The resounding clinical answer is absolutely not.
In fact, science reveals an entire lineup of non-sweet silent killers. Take a lack of sunlight, for example. It actually deprives our body of vitamin D, which is absolutely crucial for regulating insulin. Or take smoking. When nicotine enters your bloodstream, it pumps adrenaline through your body, which literally blocks the release of insulin. Add in chronic stress and prolonged sitting, and each of these habits acts like a ticking time bomb, quietly dismantling your body's blood sugar control system without a single grain of sugar being involved.
So, let's get into our first area: morning traps and the cascading effect. We'll walk through a typical day to see exactly how this domino effect builds up, starting from the exact moment you wake up.
The first major mistake so many people make is skipping breakfast. A lot of us do it, maybe hoping to shed a few pounds or detox a bit, but the clinical reality here is brutal. Skipping breakfast directly damages the beta cells in your pancreas, which are basically your body's little insulin factories. When you force your body to starve after a long night, insulin resistance gets significantly worse, and that causes your blood sugar to just skyrocket later in the day. The tracking data on this is staggering. Skipping breakfast just 4 to 5 times a week spikes your risk of type 2 diabetes by a massive 55%.
While we're still in the morning, here's another incredibly common error: letting your body stay dehydrated right after opening your eyes. I know, it sounds almost too simple, right? But waking up thirsty forces your body straight into survival mode. This triggers a chemical chain reaction, pumping out stress hormones that directly block your insulin, which keeps your blood sugar dangerously elevated. The amazing thing is, simply drinking a single glass of water immediately after getting out of bed acts as a circuit breaker, completely stopping this toxic cycle in its tracks.
Leaving the house, we run right into workplace killers and the sedentary threat. Our modern desk jobs have become literal health hazards.
You might not realize this, but your muscles are the body's ultimate glucose-burning engines. When you stand up or walk around, muscle fibers contract and instantly pull glucose from your blood to use as fuel. But when you're glued to a computer screen for hours on end, just answering endless emails, your muscles basically freeze. Blood flow slows way down and glucose absorption stalls out completely. And get this, even a 30-minute gym session at night cannot undo 8 hours of continuous sitting. The medical solution here is the 30-minute rule. Every 20 to 30 minutes, simply stand up and move for 2 to 5 minutes. Grabbing a glass of water or doing a quick stretch acts as a much-needed release valve for all that excess blood sugar.
Plus, the office environment is just a minefield of other hazards. High workplace stress physically forces your body to release anti-insulin hormones. Taking a quick smoke break to relieve that stress? Well, the nicotine tells your liver to dump even more sugar into your blood while simultaneously handcuffing your insulin. Add in a lunch of greasy, salty takeout, and your diet control is completely ruined. To combat this, experts highly recommend a really straightforward metric. Aim to cook and eat at home for at least 15 out of your 21 meals each week.
Now, as the workday ends, we face nighttime sabotage and biological clock chaos. Instead of resting, our late-night habits begin to actively dismantle our health all over again. You see, our bodies are programmed to run on a very specific biological clock. When we intentionally break that rhythm by staying up late to finish work or binge watch our favorite shows, our blood sugar control system eventually just collapses. In fact, pushing past your natural biological clock and consistently staying up late increases your risk of developing diabetes by an additional 19%. To really understand why this happens, imagine a biological seesaw inside your body. If you only get about 4 hours of sleep, your body immediately flips the order of 2 incredibly important hormones. Ghrelin, which is the hormone that triggers hunger, shoots straight up. Meanwhile, leptin, the signal that tells your brain you're full, crashes entirely. This hormonal chaos causes those intense, hard-to-ignore late-night cravings.
And that leads not just to weight gain, but to a state of oxidative stress, essentially cellular damage, that completely shatters your blood sugar stability.
So, when we put all these pieces together, the crucial takeaway is clear. We absolutely must transition away from these bad, sedentary, sleep-deprived habits. To truly heal, we have to actively adopt clinical prevention methods, stabilize our biological rhythms, and start strictly monitoring our nutrition.
This brings us to the medical reset and our nutritional guidelines. Relying on the clinical data presented by Dr. Fanhung Duong, let's explore the strictly medical ways to heal our metabolism. Mastering the glycemic index, or GI map, is step number 1. Think of this as your ultimate guide to choosing carbohydrates. Low GI foods, meaning they have an index of 55% or lower, like whole grains, are your absolute best friend here. They release sugar into your bloodstream slowly and smoothly. On the flip side, high GI foods sitting at 70% or above cause massive, rapid blood sugar spikes that completely exhaust your poor pancreas. Understanding this metric is the gateway to taking back control of your health.
Now, when it comes to structuring your meals, please don't fall for extreme zero-carb fad diets. The medical community strongly advises against that. Instead, you want to build your plate with a golden ratio. Aim to get about 55% of your energy from carbohydrates. Protein should sit right around 20% to keep you full and transport vital nutrients. Finally, keep fats to around 25%, prioritizing plant-based, unsaturated lipids. This specific balance is what keeps your energy perfectly stable throughout the day. To really fine-tune this nutritional reset, you need to etch 3 golden rules into your mind. First, heed the World Health Organization's warning. Avoid artificial sweeteners. They don't actually help with weight loss, and they bring their own cardiovascular and blood sugar risks. Second, load up on fiber. It acts as a physical barrier in your digestion, dramatically slowing down the rate that sugar enters your blood. And third, while fruit is wonderful, the sugar in it still needs to be managed. Keep your energy from fruit strictly under 20% of your total daily calories. Let's pull all of this together for the perfect new start. We can distill all this clinical data into a highly actionable, bulletproof morning protocol. A perfect day actually begins the night before. Step 1, ensure you get a full 7 hours of sleep to keep those hunger and fullness hormones perfectly balanced. Step 2, the very moment you wake up, drink a glass of water to instantly halt the production of stress hormones. And step 3, eat a hearty breakfast rich in fiber and protein. Think whole oats or boiled eggs, and stay far, far away from sugary pastries. Doing these 3 simple things sets a rock-solid trajectory for your entire day. As we've seen, high blood sugar doesn't just happen overnight. It's the cumulative result of seemingly harmless daily routines. But science has exposed the hidden causes, and medicine has given us the precise tools we need to fix them. The power to reclaim your metabolic health is entirely in your hands right now. So I'll leave you with this. What is the very first ticking time bomb you are going to defuse tomorrow morning? Thanks for joining me on this explainer, and I will see you next time.